Hello, Shalom friends. Hey, I'm just recording this video real quick. I'm meeting a photographer down here. She's a dear friend of mine, and we are gonna just take some pictures, some last pictures of the shop and some of my favorite things. Just kind of a memory as we get to the point where we're kind of shut this down and move over to the studio. I've been kind of a little melancholy and a little bit thinking about all the things that, all the memories that this building has brought to me. So I just thought I'd hire a photographer just to kind of capture those last kind of little memories. They're more than just things in this place. It's memories of my dear husband working his little tail off to make it all happen. I could, he helped me paint. He ripped out. This was a hair salon when we first arrived, and we had to pull out all the piping and all the little stations and all of that kind of stuff, and then they had a floating floor. He pulled all of that out, and then we put in the carpet. I thought maybe I'd take you on a little tour of some of my favorite things that will kind of help me have kind of a video memory of the things that mean a lot. I'm on my phone, so it's backwards. So like I can tell that even the Krista's sign is backwards, stuff like that, but it's okay. So let's go to the front of the shop and maybe start to talk about a few of the things, because we have 16 years, it's more like 14 in this building. And here is actually, how funny, because we're inside, the Krista's is the correct way, even though it's backwards where I'm looking at it. But anyways, we're on the corner of Shoshone and 2nd Avenue. It's a pretty busy downtown road. It's a one-way street, and just have a lot of memories here. I have memories with my hubby, memories with my daughter, memories with all my employees. I think there's well over 40 of them that are past employees. So, just little things like, I don't know if you could see across the street. Well, I'll have to be in that other window. Let me see if I can do it. My original shop, and my windows are painted for the sale, but my original shop was actually in these 3 windows here across the street at the ballroom, and that's where I started. And then I would actually look down on this building, and it was a hair salon, and it was small, probably about half of even this front section of the shop. And so it's been kind of nice to look at my beginnings across the street. I wonder if I don't think I can show you from there. Oh, let's see. That is the ballroom building. It's the old Elks Lodge, and just a historic building, just like the one we're in right now, this total historic building. I'm standing in my office, and some of these pieces we got just for this shop, and others, and that pretty desk, and this painting right here. Jay and I were on a trip to California, and we stopped by an antique shop that was actually closing, a designer shop on the coast of California, and picked up that painting. So it means a lot to me. My desk is really a mess, but it's a really cute desk. It's a big mess. Anyways, these are little things that I will always remember and always treasure, and some I can't take with me. This is looking out from our office and through here. And these little kind of desks, or I don't know, curios, I'm not sure what you call them. We actually bought them. They were for a home, but we bought them as a register counter when I was across the street at the ballroom. So they actually did really well. This was an office right here, and it had a window, and we took out the window, and we did all the painting, all the wallpaper, all the carpet, and then here is the whole shop here. I know if you've known me long enough, you've seen it, but there are little things that I just remember that I want to keep remembering all these things, like the sconces. I don't know if you could see it. Can we even see them with the lights? Maybe. And in each of the dressing rooms, stuff like that. This is the bridal suite area. And there's just little things like we added the sconces on the wall over there too, sconces. And we added a lot of the detail. This building is an antique building, and I've got some amazing pictures on the other side of when the building was a bank, and it's in 1907, I believe, and there's like a Model T outside. It's really, really cool. But another of my favorite things that I'm going to have the photographer do is these rails. Somehow I need her to be able to capture these rails. We had them added. It was a rickety little wooden beam across right here that just kind of almost was like you were going to fall off of it. And we had these added, and they are stamped in Italy. And so I just really love these, and I kind of wish I could take them with me. But they're kind of my stamp on the building, and leaving the history and leaving the building better than I left it. But really what I've been thinking about talking about was, yes, I'm at the end of leaving a big business and going smaller so I can have more shalom. But that's not necessarily the way everybody would have shalom. This business actually brought me shalom 16 years ago. I had been a sufferer of depression, heavy depression for years and years and years, and could hardly even get out of bed some days. And I just didn't feel like I had a purpose, and I felt like my kids didn't need me anymore. Some huge life trauma had happened over and over again, different things, and just big things that I just couldn't accept. And God used this business to get me out of bed and give me a purpose. And so to me, 16 years ago, starting the business was my shalom. It brought me from having no purpose to having to get up every day and have a purpose and have people who needed me, had to be accountable for things, can make a difference in the world. It also triggered my creative side. I think that's really, really important in taking care of, like, getting out of depression is if you're a creative person, having a creative outlet. And that's what this business was to me. So on the front end of this business, that change was shalom to me. And now on the exit side of it, it's exiting it and going into something quieter is the new shalom. And so I wanted to encourage all of you that if you are about to start a business and God is moving you in that direction, He may be doing that for a purpose to give you better shalom. If you are a new mom, you can use that as your shalom. If your kids are exiting the nest, you can find shalom in the next phase. No matter what season you're in and whatever, God will help you find what you need in that season, and He will help you find shalom. He will help you find the peace you need. You just need to connect to Him and listen to Him. And I even remember, there's so many stories of this building. One was I was across the street at the ballroom, and number one, before I even got there, I was super depressed, and then that, was the baby step that I needed, but I couldn't do a big step because it was too much for me. So God took me step by step by step. But I remember we were out of space and out of room at the ballroom, and I remember thinking we need to get another building. And we looked everywhere and we couldn't afford what they had. And so we just were praying about it and praying about it, and we got a loan to actually add on over at the ballroom, but it wasn't our building. It was this wonderful lady, Susie Pefferly, who let us be there and rent a space from her and build and all that kind of stuff. Well, then right before Jay was going to go get the lumber to build and get us to the next level, I felt like God said, stop. Just pause for a minute. Don't build. And within a day, my nail lady and Jay's hair lady that was here in this building said, hey, I'm going to be moving on, and I'm going to leave this building, and this would be a good building for you. Can I introduce you to the manager or the owner of the building so you can see about getting into it? And so God just kind of led me step by step by step. He knows me. He knows you. He knows you very well, and he knows what is easy, what you can accomplish, what he can empower you to do. He knows how fast he can push you, and he knew with me, he has to take me baby step by baby step, and he can't tell me too much that's overwhelming or I get overwhelmed. So this just kind of grew little by little by little by little. But anyways, I just thought I'd encourage you, get on here before my photographer comes to take just a few pictures of things like the stairway and the railing, things I want to remember. Even see that up in there when Jay, at night, I was across the street working all day, and he would get off work and come and be building and tearing stuff up, and it was so cold. It was in the middle of winter, and so I would come and try to help him as much as I could, but then I would wait for him, and the only warm spot in the building was up at the top of this little landing, and I would just get my coat and curl up and fall asleep right up there while he was working. So this building just kind of reminds me of how much God loves me, how much my husband loves me, how hard he's worked all these years. It reminds me of the times with my daughter. It reminds me just looking back. And so when you're leaving something behind, it's okay to say goodbye to things and treasure the memories and maybe lock them in with a photographer, and so that you can always remember what those times were like. Anyways, I gotta go because I gotta get ready because she's gonna be here, and we'll talk to you soon. Love you guys very much, and have a very shalomy week. Bye.